Life is a better place if you choose to set the pace. I know that it comes with ups and downs. On a daily we have to fight, try to live and to survive. Another day to get the drive. At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain. You'll be fine, you'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. Spicy with Phina.
Some people pray for rich in-laws, while some want to be the rich in-law. But what happened when the answer to that prayer comes and it turns out to be the source of your frustration, sleepless night, and everything unpleasant? That is actually the dilemma faced by the lady in today's story, who actually needs to make a very tough decision that will either make or mar the rest of her newly married life. This is Spicy with Phina. Let's get to meet our guest, and when we come back, I'll give you the full gist. I'll be right back.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Introducing Faith Adia Ogbada, a multifaceted leader with a heart for service, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Faith Adia Ogbada is a music minister, communications personnel, realtor, public relations manager, and entrepreneur. Faith's dynamic skill set encompasses multiple fields, allowing her to excel in various spheres of life. Okechukwu Ezioku is a filmmaker and an entrepreneur who hails from Anambra State in the southern-eastern part of Nigeria.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Welcome back. It's Spicy with Phina, and as you've just met my guests, and as you can see, they're already seated. Good afternoon, Ezioku.
All right, good afternoon, Phina.
When I heard your name, Ezioku, I'm wondering, like, truth, is that your name or your surname?
My surname. Yeah, my surname.
Oh.
So for me, it's a conversation starter, so I let it flow.
Oh, I see. Yes. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Phina.
Faith, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you.
Same here.
You know, my director said you come prepared, so I'm looking forward to that vibe and fire that will come.
Oh, yeah?
You know, I look forward to it.
Let's
So I
see.
have a story, actually.
Okay.
So, but let me read the story and then we can, embark on the conversation. It says, I am the daughter of an oil and gas mogul in this country, and I manage my father's businesses as the first child in a family of 4. Against my father's wishes and every better judgment, I married a man against my father's wishes. Okay. I married a man that I fell in love with, who is from a humble background. He is doing well for himself, and I love him all the same, no matter what. Now, as my father's gift to me on our wedding day, he bought me a well-furnished house at Lekki. My husband already owns a house at Oshodi. He has already told me that he has no plans of moving to Lekki with me. My father insists on me living in Lekki, in close proximity to the rest of the family and the business as the managing director of the business. I don't want to disobey my father. And I don't want to leave my husband. We just got married. What do I do? Now for me, when I read the story, I just said,
Interesting.
This girl wants to just eat her cake and have it. I don't know if I'm, but because you don't want to disobey your father. Are you a tata? Like, you're grown.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're grown. You're married.
That's true.
But first, let me just hear your reaction. What would you think this lady wants to eat her cake and have it all? What do you have
I
to
don't
say?
think she wants to eat her cake and have it, but she grew up on the island, but she grew up in Lekki. So environment really matters, yeah?
Okay.
And then, for instance, growing up, training a child in Oshodi, it's different training a child in Lekki. Again, so there are two different ball games entirely. Okay. So I feel for a proper lifestyle or proper upbringing for a child, if you're considering your family as well, you need to move. You need to just move your family from Oshodi to Lekki. If you ask me.
Okay, that's coming from a guy. For me, it sounds weird because in my head I'm like, men are egocentric in nature, and as such, you'll be saying, okay, not all men. Yeah. Okay, that means there's some men that really.
True. Yes.
Anyway, let's have a Faith's reaction to the story.
Okay,
do you think the lady wants to eat her cake and have it, or do you think?
I don't think so. So this is what I think. She's at a place of, I really want to honor my husband, and at the same time respect my parents, my dad. Okay, you know, there's the scripture from the Bible that says, when you get married, you leave your father and your mother and cleave. So it's not just to the man alone; it's also to the woman. Yeah, yes, to the woman. So now, she knows her dad. She knows her husband. And so there was something she saw in the man that made her leave the influence, the affluence and everything to follow her husband and just follow, but getting married to him against her parents' wish. So for me, I would have said, okay, she should look for a way to bring both parties together, to come to like one has to compromise just for them to come together. Yes.
But as it is, I think the decision is in her hands to make. But again, you said something, training kids here.
Exactly.
But at the same time, so are you not saying the guy should have accepted to move over to Lekki just like that? Don't you think it will affect him? Like, this is not what I want. I feel your family will control us. I feel your family will influence you. Just come over. I
feel if the guy knows he's not a deadbeat husband, why? Of course, everybody wants a better life. You get? So if your father-in-law...
So who said you cannot live a better life while in Oshodi?
No.
Okay, it's not as easy as you think, because most men are egocentric, like she said. They want to protect their ego, because the man will feel, your dad is trying to control our lives.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes. She will say, your dad is trying to control. Like, if I accept this gift right now, who knows what next will come in?
Exactly.
You know, who knows?
So I know how people relate to their their son-in-laws as well.
Okay,
so are you saying insult will not come in if he takes the house?
If the guy is not a deadbeat husband, he would not be insulted. So only when he's a deadbeat, that's what happens.
Yes, your wife's house.
Yes, no. Put it that way, your wife's house.
Yes, the gift was bought in the girl's name.
So
okay, that's where the mistake. That's where the mistake is. If like the man, it shows that this man, that is girl's dad, actually has another motive.
Exactly.
So if he
buy the house in
their name, because first off, they never wanted this lady to marry the man, and she going ahead to get married to the man, it's already a problem. So the father now will look for every opportunity to get the lady, make her see reasons that you're not comfortable with this man. You cannot do without my money.
Wow. That's the thing.
Yes, you cannot do without, and that's what the man is trying to avoid. I would have advised the man that, okay, look at it from this instance now, from this angle. Forget the ego thing, yeah? How about, okay, we move in. My own apartment, we can put it up for rent, or we rent an apartment, put both apartments for rent. So I'm not staying in my own apartment, neither are you staying in your dad's apartment.
And that's a good idea.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, let's look for a house in Lekki.
Exactly. The same Lekki that you wanted. Thank you.
Will not either rent or buy. But another thing again is, you know, the time frame. They just got married. They
financing.
Yes. Yeah. Everything does not just happen overnight. Like you will now buy a house overnight. So it takes a process.
True.
So now, if you guys were to say, would you say, okay, guy, enter, then strategize on how you guys can sell the house and maybe probably buy something else in your name, or get to do change of, is it ownership? Ownership is for cars. Is it also for house? Change of ownership or even house. Then do all that. Would you, as a guy, man, would you advise?
Yes. So I need to. So it's an understanding between me and my spouse. Yeah. Okay. I would, of course, we have to have the conversation, and if it's okay, yes, let's do it. Probably we'll sell this house for what's it called, for different reasons. You get, we sell the house because we don't want anybody saying things. Okay, because of my own ego as a man. Because I'm trying to understand. Because I'm trying to be understanding doesn't mean I don't have my own pride. Yeah. So no problem. Let's have personally, I like to have conversation. I like to talk about things. Let's talk about it. Drop it on the table. Address it. So I'm sure we'll definitely meet at a certain point, and then let's sell the house if you ask me.
I also think
sell the both houses.
I also think for me, I think the lady in question, at least both of them already know each other to a certain extent.
Yes, of course.
Right? And I know what you're capable of doing. I know if you're going to be like this or if you're going to be like that. So I think the whole thing rests on both of them trying to sit down and have that conversation.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like we said, some men, like you said, it's not all men. Some men are. So how will a lady deal with a man that has?
Yes.
How best can she approach it?
Okay, so here's something I would say. If the lady is not a daddy's baby, that can work. But if she's a daddy's baby that they discuss, she and her husband have a discussion. Now, we were talking about communication between the both of them, yeah? So if she's not a daddy's baby, and after the discussion, they just put it that, okay, let's do it this way. We agree, we move into the apartment, stay for a while, and just to make my dad happy, you know, just to get him off our backs, and we probably sell the house or put it out on rent, you know, get our own apartment. And she doesn't go back to tell her dad, Daddy, this is what we are thinking.
Because you're saying it becomes more difficult if the person is either daddy or mommy's boy.
So it all rests on the ladies. Rest on the lady herself.
I think as couple, you guys are married now. And for you to be married, you're grown adults.
Of course.
You're not kids anymore.
Of course, yes.
It's not high time you take your life. You decide to do life together. And as such, your decisions, whatever it is you want to do in your life, in your marriage, should be strictly your, you know, there should be no third party.
I wish everybody understands it like that, but it's not everybody understands it like
well, anyway, I'll come back with another question, but let's go on a quick break. And when we come back, we'll continue on the conversation. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Spicy with Phina. We're discussing a very, a bit of complex, situation here. So let's look at the part where let's look at what could be possible, should I say setback or the consequences of either accepting the offer from the father and not accepting. Because if I remember, the story says the girl works in the company owned by
her father.
But the guy isn't doing badly. But like she said, he's from a humble background. So humble can be anything. But for somebody who could afford a house in Oshodi, at least have been able to do well for
exactly.
So do you think there could be disadvantages of not accepting that offer from the father of the girl?
Okay, so the disadvantages there would include the stress the woman would go through.
Lagos traffic.
Yes, Lagos, especially Lagos traffic on Third Mainland Bridge.
On Third Mainland Bridge.
Yes, because it can be terrible.
It is.
Yes, it can really, really be terrible. You expect her to come back from work and still attend to you as a man. So if she deprives you of that, would you understand? But based on the story, the man is from a humble background. So I'm sure he has wisdom. Because one from a humble background, one of the qualities they have is wisdom. What I would advise the man to do is to prove to the father-in-law now that your daughter is fine. She's safe. She's in safe hands. Because for the man to have even allowed the marriage in the first place shows that he has a soft spot that can be
changed.
What's the word? That the woman can actually ride on.
Okay.
Yes. Bring these two together. Let them have, speak to your father, speak to the man. Let them come to a conclusion. And the man on his own should now prove to the father that, no, you don't have a problem. Because the man did whatever he did from a place of love for his daughter.
Don't you think I know you said it's from a place of love, but at the same time, don't you think it might just be from a place of, I need to prove to this guy that we have more than he does.
Okay, so love can be in two ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way people show their love differs. I can tell you now I love you, and I take out anybody that's trying to. That's my own way of expressing my love to you.
I see what you mean.
Yes. So the expression of love comes in different ways. There, you can't tell me that no matter how difficult the man is, he doesn't have a soft spot.
Of course, every man has.
Find that soft spot and ride on it.
So, do you think there are advantages or disadvantages if, as to, if he accepts or not accepts?
Yeah. So the advantage, of course, there's advantage and disadvantage. So the advantage is the guy. How do I put it? So it doesn't seem like the guy is a loser. Because for me, I feel like we need to move into the Lekki apartment, though. Yes, and then for my kids as well. Growing up in Oshodi and growing up in Lekki, I'm in Lagos, but I grew up in Lagos, so I totally understand there are two different environments. So I want my children to grow up in Lekki. You get, to be honest, and because of I know I'm putting in work. I know I'm not a deadbeat person. I have my own hustle. Of course, I go there and then provide for my family as well. I'm sure my wife and my family and my father-in-law will see me that way. Yes, that's
so you mean even if you're working and you're doing well for your family, regardless of the fact that you are under the roof of the house he bought, he won't see you like
as long as he doesn't live in the same compound with me, I don't have issues with that. Yes, I don't have issues with that.
So are you advising men out there to,
Life can be easier. Trust me, life can be easier.
if they're flexible.
Yes.
If they don't allow ego to play
Exactly.
all the time.
Pride or certain things that doesn't matter.
It might not be.
You think so?
Yeah. Yes. It might not be very easy at the initial stage, because insults might not come from the man, but from the girl's mother. Because from the story, our family. So the family includes the father, the mother, the siblings, So insults will definitely come. But if he's strong enough to stand and still stand on whatever he has been standing on and to prove to the man that, see, sir, with all due respect, I love the love you have for your daughter, and I'm assuring you that she's safe. Do you understand? Just prove to the man that, no. And
So
she's
if
I'm being honest, yeah.
Okay.
I stay on the mainland.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're trying to make money so we can move from the mainland to the island.
Okay.
A better life.
I
You get
see.
a better life. So
Yeah.
I feel the guy should just, as long as he has what he's doing.
But there are some people living well on the mainland. You have 500
You know
states everywhere
what
now.
I mean? You know what I mean, bro?
You can't compare
I know they say Oshodi for final. Oshodi.
Yes.
Environment matters, man.
You can compare the exposure you will get, the people you will meet. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You compare it with the life on the island with that of the mainland, the exposure you get on the island.
Separate also, like
So it differs. I
Let's
stayed
be
on
honest
when I moved into Lagos. My dad was staying on the mainland, but I said no. There was a reason I came to Lagos here. I can't stay on the mainland. There's nothing here for me. I moved. I said even if it's nanny job, I'll go and do it on the island. Yes.
Phina, this is another topic entirely. No, island and mainland is a different topic entirely, Joe.
Well, for me, I think both parties should learn to sit down.
Yeah,
put
communicate.
all they have on the table.
True.
Exactly.
As much as the guy has ego and has a house and want them to be in his house, he should also consider the well-being of the wife, because going to the office all the way, like you said, Lagos stress, especially on Third Mainland. If you love me enough, you should be able to look at that too from my side.
True.
Now, I have to also look at your own side, look out for you, in the sense that my father, I know him. Of course, he gave birth to me and I grew up with him. Is he the kind of person that wants to ride on my husband? And even if he is, I will do well to shield my husband.
Thank
from
you.
my father.
Thank you. So it's still rest on
that way there will be a balance.
Yeah, there will definitely be a
And
balance.
like she said, there's always a move button in everybody, both the male and the female. So you try to cajole your husband, try to fan his ego, try to see how he can see things. If he sees that you are with him, you are like an ally with him, he won't feel.
Yes.
He would budge over time to accept for you guys to move in, knowing that it's for the betterment of the family, both the children, both everybody.
Yes.
But if you're the kind of if you're the kind of person that you're always daddy's boy or mommy's boy or daddy's girl or mommy's girl. And the man knows that, this one, if we move there, they will have 100% control.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, they'll be coming into our house every day to come and check what we ate in the morning and what we ate in the afternoon.
Oh, that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. That's the thing.
I'm sure that's a deal breaker.
Yes, that's the thing. Yes.
That's one of the reasons. That's why
I believe so.
in every situation, you have to look at the person you're going out with. Look at the family in question. That way you cannot tell if, like for me, I'll tell this man, okay, weigh this thing very well. If you think the girl is an ally, somebody you can say, I know this girl, she's my wife.
Person, yeah.
She there with me.
Can defend me anywhere.
Exactly. That's the point. If you want to not take that risk, you know that no matter what comes,
she got me.
But if she's not, my brother, in the morning, they'll come and check how you woke up. In the afternoon, they'll check what you ate and be sure you're taking care of their dog. And that shouldn't be marriage.
Yes.
And when the wife gives birth, the Omugo that was supposed to last 3 months, we extend 1 year.
Yes. So that's why sometimes I look at some of the reasons why men want to just, stand, because they want to be in charge. In his Oshodi house, he's in charge. Even if the girl's father comes, he will balance properly and say, But
he will welcome the man.
Exactly. But when it comes to Lekki house now, he will not be saying, as much as I'm in charge, but I am not
the owner.
Because he does not want to be insulted.
You're right.
So I see why they have to wait. But in all, both parties needs to sit down and weigh these options and try to work things out.
True.
Let's have your final words for the lady now is saying she does not want to disrespect her father. And she does not want to leave her husband. The marriage is fresh now. They just got married. And before they got married, though, based on the story, the guy said he's not willing to move because he must have been hearing it from the girl that my father wants to. He said that he does not want to move. Now you're not accepted, you married him. And now you're looking at moving. Why? Because, yes, I understand. Because of office. So let's have your final word for what you think the girl should do.
Okay, so
that's your camera.
Okay, so I would advise the lady, to give it time. Speak to your husband, but not immediately after the wedding. Give it time. Show him that you love and respect him. The first need of a man is respect.
Yes.
Give him, in short, respect before sex, before food. Feed him well with respect. And when you can now call him and tell him, okay, honey, why don't you think we should consider daddy's apartment? I've been going to and fro, and you've seen how stressful it has been with me. I understand the fact that you don't want, just try to reason with him. And in as much as you go to work, you encounter your dad, and defend your husband. Defend him. Stand for him. Speak for him. When you do that, your parents or your extended family, we know that, oh no, this is a no-go area. I think we are done. We can't continue with this. And you and your husband will live in peace and harmony, and the marriage will go smoothly. This thing you're seeing now as a challenge will become a very small, subtle issue that will be sorted out in no time.
Let's have the final words for the lady.
Yeah, so my fellow guests have said everything. So you need to just communicate with your husband. Let him understand why it's okay for you to move over there. You get see reasons with him. You get buttress. You guys should even itemize it. I like doing that. You get make sure you talk to him, and I'm sure because of the humble background, the man will definitely key into what you're saying. Definitely. Because of course the stress you're going through every day, you get, and then the environment as well. So a reasonable man will definitely consider these things with time. And time is the factor right now. Time is the factor. Yes.
So maybe probably like she said, it shouldn't be
immediately. Yes, exactly. Like 3 months after.
And like yes, and like you said, the man is from a humble background, and as such, he's the type that he's not. You get he has wisdom.
Exactly. Thanks.
And as such, if both of them can, even if she start going to the office for some time, and then say, babe, this is what I've been going through.
True, yeah.
Based on what I've been going through, and we start having family, pregnant woman all the way from Oshodi. Let's just do it like this. How best do you think we can do this? Try to, calm down and try to talk to him. I feel
Same here, I feel the same way,
Chickens.
yes.
Yes.
they can come to a compromise.
They will.
True.
They should.
True.
They should be able to come to a
True.
compromise. So as usual, Spicy with Phina, we have something, very, a gift for you guys.
Oh,
And we want to appreciate you for coming on the show. And this is for you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you,
to
thank
Spicy
you.
with Phina.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming. And this is for you.
Oh,
Thank you so much for coming.
thank you.
Thank you. So, you've heard them. If you're the writer of the story, the truth is understanding should be the bottom. It should be the baseline of all relationship. If you sit with your husband, try to talk to him, I'm very sure he would understand. But you can't just do that in a rush. Make attempts. Go to your work from Oshodi. Over time, talk to him. Try to fan his ego. And I'm very sure that he will see reasons with you, especially when he sees that, going from Oshodi to Lekki every day isn't easy. Traffic is always, mad. Well, either way, don't be in a rush to jump into that offer your father have just given to you. You have to get your husband along. You have to be an ally. You have to also be in alignment with him because he's the one you're spending the rest of your life with. But either way, what we advise you is gradually talk to your husband, to see things from the perspective from which you are saying it, without you disrespecting your father, and you will not have to leave your husband. Until I come your way again next time with another interesting episode of Spicy with Phina, please kindly follow us on all our social media handles at Spicy with Phina on Facebook, on Instagram. And if you have stories, please send us your stories to spicywithphina@gmail.com. And if you would like to come on the show, please call the numbers on your screen. Until I come your way again next time with another interesting episode of Spicy with Phina, please, please, please keep watching. We love you all.
You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Spicy with Phina is a talk show that addresses life issues. Free to share with us.